senaskah TC yang kita pegang, di sebaliknya ada pelbagai 1001 kisah. Universiti dan para penyelia sentiasa rasa pelajar mereka okey dan tak perlukan bantuan, sebab universiti telah beri kepada anda bantuan-bantuan yang mereka rasa itulah bantuan yang perlu. Dah cukup dah bagi kelas LR, dah bagi kelas research method, dah bagi kelas macam-macam kelas. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, you bayangkan universiti yang top-top macam ni pun mereka terlepas pada part ni. Tetapi rupa-rupanya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ada gap yang universiti terlepas pandang. Dan inilah yang sedang kita buat. Di sebalik senaskah tesis ni ada pelbagai cerita yang penyelia tak tahu. Sebab mereka always bersangka baik dengan anda. Dan inilah yang kami sedang buat. Okey, tak ada salahnya universiti sangka baik dengan anda, tak ada salahnya. Tetapi saya sebagai orang yang perasan, itulah realiti sebenarnya kenapa negara belanjakan ratus juta semata-mata untuk beri scholarship kepada para pelajar yang terbaik untuk pergi sambung belajar di peringkat masa PhD. Tetapi kenapa ramai balik tanpa PhD? Okey, kalaulah apa yang diberikan oleh universiti itu adalah yang terbaik, tak mungkin akan ada orang daripada Oxford balik tak habis. Ataupun dia balik dalam keadaan dia tak tahu mana direction dia. Dia berbeza. Ada orang balik Cambridge, dapat proses betul, jumpa ilmu betul, mereka berada on track. Cuma mereka tak boleh kawal universiti, mereka tak boleh kawal penyelia mereka untuk izinkan mereka submit full thesis. Fikirkan, ada tak? Ramai tak para pensyarah yang mana mereka balik daripada mana-mana all over the world, mereka tak habis-habis? Ada tak? Jangan salahkan universiti. Universiti sentiasa bersangka baik dengan anda. Hanya pergi tengok dekat fakulti dah nampak dah berapa ramai para pensyarah yang mana mereka balik tak habis PhD dan mereka asyik minta untuk dekan, okey, untuk beri timbang rasa supaya kurangkan waktu mengajar mereka sebab nak fokus tesis. Ramai tak? Mereka asyik minta untuk beri mereka timbang tara, kurangkan waktu mereka mengajar sebab mereka nak fokus tesis. Kalau hari tu kau pergi 3 tahun full time pun kau tak habis, kan? Ini kau nak ada part time pula. Anda ada tak kawan-kawan anda yang dah bertahun-tahun mereka masih lagi bergelar belajar PhD? Kalau anda kenal lah mereka yang macam tu, apa kata anda bantu saya tag orang-orang?
I'm not good at learning school. I failed 3 times for entering university. I have a lot of terrible experience, made a lot of mistakes when I was young. In my life, I never thought I would be able to speak here. I never even brave enough to say I want to be a student. So, thank you for inviting me here. So this is my advice for those young people. When you are graduate, when you just in the university, don't think about, I want to resign from the school and be another Bill Gates, because Bill Gates left Harvard. There's only one Bill Gates in the world. When you graduate, find a company. Most important, find a good boss that can clean you, discipline you, tell you what is good and right. It's more important than a good company. So, if you are 20 to 30 years old, please find a good boss. Not necessarily a good company. Of course, a good company, a good boss, even better. When you are 30 to 40 years old, try to do something yourself, if you really want to try. When you are 40 to 50 years old, do things that you are good at. After 20 years of learning, you should do something you're good at. When you are 50 to 60 years old, spend your time supporting young people. When you are over 60 years old, spend time with your grandchildren. If you stay with them, you will be full of energetic. And young people are the solutions for tomorrow. Young people are the solutions for all the worries. But the advice I give to the young people is also the advice I give to myself, that nothing is easy. Nothing is free. If you want to be successful, you have to pay the price. You know, the early days, Alibaba had no money, no revenue. Nobody pay us. After 18 years, Alibaba become today's size. Yeah, we are lucky, but we work much harder than most of the people. We never sleep well and sound in the evening. I traveled last year 867 hours a year in the plane. I'm working hard, my team work very hard. 18 years, we work like a normal company of 70 years. Day and night. Nothing is free. Nothing is easy. You have to think different. You have to do different. For example, you know, the early days in my company, when some ideas come to my desk, Jack, this is a great idea, and I look at everybody. Everybody say it is a good idea, I normally throw it into the rubbish. Because everybody say this is good, then all the other people think of. If everybody say this is going to be very tough, I'm very interested in that tough question. And I pick up and say, how can we do it a different way? This is to be unique, to be different. And third, this is my advice, and this also I'm telling myself every day. Today is very tough. Tomorrow is tougher. The day after tomorrow is beautiful, but most people die tomorrow evening. You have to work very hard. Every tough days, every tough situations, problems you meet, that is the training of yourself. When you graduate from your school, you just start your career of learning. When you got a PhD diploma or bachelor diploma, this is just a certificate. Your real challenge is when you leave the college, the real life starts. The real exam starts. The real test starts. That's life.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. The way that things have been. Tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail. I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my own words for the few that look at me, took me, shaking me, killing me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. Hey, you turn me up, believer, believer. Third things first, and a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. I was choking in the ground, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings, they would drown. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like, hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, you burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, let the borders down, let them rain. My life, my love, my God, we came from. Hey, you burn me up, believer, believer. Last days last by the grace of the fire and the flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like, hey, you burn me up, believer, believer.
Steven Spielberg is one of the most successful movie directors in history, but many people don't know that as a child he had undiagnosed dyslexia, which means that he had troubles reading and writing, and because of his learning disability, other kids at school would make fun of him and the teachers would see him as a very lazy student that didn't try his best. In my case, I was actually unable to read for at least 2 years in school. I was 2 years behind the rest of my class. I went through what everybody goes through, teasing. I had to go through that for a long time. The teasing led to a lot of other problems I was having in school. It all stemmed from the fact that I was embarrassed to stand up in front of the class and read. His childhood was terrible. He struggled so hard to keep up with the rest of the class and felt that something was wrong with him. But as a teenager, he discovered a passion inside of him that eventually would change his life forever. I got bullied. I dealt with it by making movies. Making movies was my cover-up. Movies really helped me, kind of saved me from shame, from guilt. Making movies was my great escape. That's really how I was able to get away from all of that. When I felt like an outsider, movies made me feel inside my own skill set. So he made a short film when he was only 12 years old, and by the age of 17, he had made 4 movies. I had found a way to accept myself in my own life by making movies. I found that I could do something well. But others didn't agree with him. He tried to pursue a career in movies and decided to apply to film school. But because of his poor grades at school, he was rejected. Not once, but 3 times. Can you believe that Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school? But that didn't discourage him. Steven Spielberg became one of the most successful movie directors and producers of all time. He became best known for films such as Jaws, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, E.T., Schindler's List, and many more. In his career, he has been nominated for 17 Academy Awards, winning 3 times. So the awkward boy with learning disabilities, who had a really hard time reading, who was bullied all of his childhood, who was rejected from film school, who failed many times, became one of the greatest filmmakers that have ever lived. So imagine if you invested the same amount of energy that you used to doubt yourself to actually believe in yourself and everything you can do. Just imagine how your life would be. So, What's your story?